The opinionated right-wing historian recently stated that he never forgives his enemies, generally persons who trash his books. He just waits for the right moment. And then, he doesn't just get even, he exacts revenge 10 times greater than what was inflicted on him. This type of retribution goes much further than Shylock, or don't get mad, get even. I would be lying if I did not confess to a tiny fondness for Mr. Ferguson's approach. I have been an editor for nearly 40 years. It would be impossible for me in that time not to have made scores of enemies, and impossible for me not to be convinced, rightly and wrongly, that these adversaries are out to get me. The only weapon an editor possesses is his publication. These days, when the power of the media is grossly exaggerated, it is akin to holding a ticking nuclear bomb. Some of my fellow editors are using the weapon fairly frequently. I cannot claim never to have used it, or never having been tempted to use it. But, and there is no reason you should believe me, I have mostly refrained from actually pressing the button. What has stopped me? Cowardice? Conscience? Professionalism? None of the above? All of the above. When I am ready to do a Neil Ferguson, I can get pretty close to the deed. Perilously close. I cannot boast of an inner voice, or any kind of voice to advise me. But whatever the check, I ask myself one simple question prior to the act. The satisfaction of an eye for an eye notwithstanding, should I settle accounts with my enemy and thereby adopt his or her standards? Should my enemy be my role model in this business of revenge? If I must seek revenge, should it not be on my own terms? My terms, as I have explained, are neither sainted nor irreproachable, but they allow me to sleep peacefully at night. August 2011. Hometown. Punjabis have a deserved reputation for being Philistines. I cannot avoid the genetic flaw, although I have tried to move towards learning and refinement. So, the reader of this autobiography should not be surprised to learn that no one in my immediate family or extended family is a topper or has won the Nobel Prize or even had the benefit of higher education. I was acceptable up to certain socially acceptable norms, living up to the Tandans as it were. On my mother's side, some serious money had been gathered. Unfortunately, it stayed there. My maternal great-grandfather, Talwar, came from Afghanistan. Whether he fled or shifted willingly is unclear, and set up a cloth shop in Rawalpindi, in an area which came to be known after him. It acquired the name Talwaron Ka Bazaar, and I had the good fortune of strolling through it on a visit to Pakistan. We told the taxi driver to take us to Talwaron Ka Bazaar, and he seemed to know it. Its name, of course, had been changed, but my ancestors' names still rang a bell. The Talwars were merchant shopkeepers. My great-grandfather's cloth shop acquired quite some reputation in Rawalpindi. He became quite rich. In the family, however, my great-grandfather is remembered not for the successful business he set up, but for his stinging rebuke in broken English to a fussy Englishwoman who examined vast amount of textiles without making a purchase. Patience exhausted, he told her, "Take nahi to ugly shop dekh." Buy or F off would be a loose translation. In Rawalpindi, word soon spread of how shopkeeper Talwar had snubbed a Vilayati Memsab and got away with it. He became a small-time Bhagat Singh. My father was a native of Peshawar. He claimed he was distantly related to Raja Todarmal, one of Akbar's 9 jewels. Daulat Ram Mehta was a simple, decent, unambitious, honest, slightly timid man whom my mother bullied. To say he was henpecked would be an understatement. He was extremely proud to have gone to Dani High School in Peshawar, from where he got some formal education. During World War II, he got a short service commission in the army and briefly saw action in North Africa. I liked him, but we were never close. When I got a job as editor of Debonair, he was both alarmed and anxious. "Will you get a salary every month?" he asked. When I told him I would, he seemed relieved. My father was a martyr to constipation. All his life he complained about not having a good shit, although he went to Pakistan several times a day. When I was coming back from Britain, I asked if he wanted anything. Carter liver pills, a famous laxative brand, was his sole request. Though this issue is not relevant to my life story, most men of my father's generation struggled against what they call